It's showtime in Peoria. Hi, I'm Elizabeth Eckel at the Arizona Broadway Theater, here with the sales and marketing director, Brad York, along with the cast of Annie. I'd like to introduce him now.
Hi, I'm Gabby Batistas, and I'm playing the role of Annie, and I've been acting for a year.
Hi, I'm Morgan Goldberg. I also play the role of Annie, and I've been acting for 6 years.
Hi, my name is Johanna Carlisle. I'm playing Miss Hannigan, and I have been performing since I was 6.
And I'm David Simmons. I'm playing Daddy Warbucks, and I've been performing for over 40 years.
Very good. Well, I think that when people hear that you're a professional actor in Arizona, they wonder how in the heck you make a living. Johanna, tell us about that.
You don't join the union is the first rule. It's actually interesting. Arizona has developed a lot when it comes to the arts. When I started doing theater in Phoenix when I was 11 years old, there wasn't a lot of theater here. You had the Phoenix Little Theater, which is now Phoenix Theater, which is a professional company now. You had Tempe Little Theater and some smaller community theaters, but you really didn't have this. There was one dinner theater at the time, and that was the Windmill Dinner Theater. So as a child actor, you did Phoenix Children's Theater. And you hoped to one day be able to do the more professional circuits or go off to Broadway and leave Arizona. But what's been amazing is watching the theater develop here and being a part of it and working with fledgling companies and helping them to grow and to develop. And it's been fantastic because now there are over, I believe, 35 companies at the semi-pro and the professional level that are just of different genres and different fields, and it's just amazing to be able to perform with them.
There's really something out there for everyone. Yeah.
And for audiences, there's something out there in the Valley. And I love that the arts are taking off in Arizona. Yes. And it's nice that you can stay with your family and friends and enjoy the beautiful weather and not have to go to New York.
Absolutely. Although I love to go to New York. Yeah. It's one of my favorite cities. But my son is also an actor here, so we're probably going to move to New York in the next few years because he wants to go. So we'll see what happens.
And David, tell us about your start.
Well, my first paying gig, I'm also a musician, was playing in rock bands. So I started earning a paycheck at age 13, playing guitar and doing lead vocals in bands. My very first show was about 5 years earlier. I was in the children's chorus of a production of Carmen at Ohio State University, where my dad was on faculty. And one of the things I love about working in places like Phoenix and the Twin Cities in Montana that are referred to as the flyover states by people in LA and New York is that my brother's also in the business, and sort of our family joke is he gets LA and New York and I get the other 5,000 square miles. And it really is lovely to be able to work in a place like ABT here in Peoria and to work where theater isn't a given. You know, you go to New York, of course you're going to see 6 billion shows, but when you come to a place like Phoenix and all of a sudden there's all this great theater happening, it's so exciting. And the way I got into this show is that Kyle, the artistic producer, had seen me work years ago, and I just started writing him and trying to find the right project, and I was doing a production of a show called Next to Normal up in Minneapolis. And my wife said, hey, they haven't cast Daddy Warbucks yet. And so I finally wrote, it's been like 2 years of my emailing back and forth. And I said, hi, still bald, still a baritone, still a character actor. And they all went, oh yeah, him. And this came to that. And I'm just so honored and overjoyed to be down here and doing the show. We talked earlier about the fact that throughout our careers, where and what role we could play has changed as we've gotten older. And you weren't going to be cast as Miss Hannigan when you played Annie, or were in Annie when you were a kid.
I never was in Annie.
You never were. This is your first time in it, but she wanted to be Miss Hannigan. She didn't want to be Annie. No. But yeah, I mean, he got cast because he's bald and a baritone. If there's nothing better than that, right?
Right. And tenacious. A year and a half of emails.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Not to mention he's talented. So.
I'm sure. Yeah. And everybody needs to see this production because it is outstanding. The performers are top-notch. Girls, tell me about the audition process.
So we go into the rehearsal room or any room that they tell us to on the door when we walk in, and then we wait until everybody gets in there, and then we sit in some rows and we learn a song, and then we say some lines, And then sometimes we sing alone, sometimes we don't.
And do you get the script ahead of time so you have lines memorized?
Yes.
Did you send a resume and a photo in? Is that how you got called for an audition?
Well, I think my mom called.
Yeah.
Signed me up for an audition. But for the audition before the callback, the audition was, there's just a bunch of kids and we just sang through the song. And then after the audition, then we got callbacks. And then we learned the Hard Knock Life, and then we sang it alone. And then after that, they started to eliminate. And then it got down to like the final 6, and then we started to sing Tomorrow. And then after that, we just went home and we waited. And so
we waited.
we waited.
Waiting,
Nervously.
waiting.
Yeah, hurry up and wait.
You
I
know
didn't really wait. I kind of waited 15 minutes, and then I found out.
I waited a year and a half.
Yeah, right.
Everybody has to do their time, right?
Exactly.
Well, congratulations on landing the roles. How did you prepare? For the audition, how did you prepare? And when you got the role, how hard was it to learn the lines?
Well, for the lines, I mean, I've done the show before, but that was the junior version. So when I got the script, I was like, these lines aren't in the script in the junior version. So I had to put more effort into learning the lines than for the junior version. I mean, I put effort in there, but there's just a lot more lines for Annie. But I don't really have a cycle. A lot of people have like a cycle of learning their lines. I just go over my lines a bunch of times.
You're a natural, right?
I mean, you'll probably agree. Muscle memory is so important.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing where the desk is and the door and where you're going to lay back or sit down, because once you're on stage, then that association always comes with that line and such. I can remember being on stage and not knowing what was coming next until the lights came on and I saw the set and was like, oh yeah, that's my line. Yeah.
The props.
Triggers. When you're running your lines, my wife is also in theater, and so we spent a lot of time working on the script, and the what is sort of easy. Okay, this line comes next, but then it's like you get on stage and, oh, this is where I put my left foot down. Oh, this is where I'm talking to Drake. This is where I'm talking to so-and-so. And the why of what you're doing starts to make sense.
I also getting off stage sometimes, and your other cast members look at you and go, I don't know what you were talking about, but that was amazing. You know, and then the audience doesn't know, you know, unless they've seen the show a number of times. But really, being on, that's the best thing about live theater, is that you do have to think on your toes. You got to be ready to go, and in the end, you get through it. Yeah.
You got to show up.
You got to show up.
You got to be there every night, mentally and physically. Girls, tell me what it's like. You're just approaching opening night for the both of you. What are you feeling?
I'm feeling a rush of excitement, and I'm a little nervous. We both know everything, and we are rehearsing it a lot of times, but mostly I'm really excited to be performing here. It's my favorite theater.
Oh, well, that's nice. Mine too. What's your rehearsal schedule like?
Well, it's pretty much every day that we have to come, especially this week because it's tech rehearsal, but we do come a lot.
It's a big commitment, I know. And you're working with Sandy, the dog Wrangler, the dog. How's that been?
It's fun. He always shakes when he's nervous, but I think that he's really used to Morgan and I, so that when we come over and he's like really nervous, then we just, once he sees our faces, he just like calms down. But he's been a lot of fun. So yeah, he's a good dog.
I think Sandy gets the final bow, doesn't he?
Oh, he's the star of the show.
Yeah.
Of course, yes. Well, thank you so much for joining me today and talking a little bit about what it's like to be a working actor in Arizona. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And everyone, no matter what show, time of year, come to the Arizona Broadway Theater. You enjoy dinner or lunch, a fabulous entertainment, and it's always interesting, always a good time.
she was holding me up to see all the big ships. And then she was walking away, waving. And I couldn't find her no more. Any place.
Blow. It was only a dream, honey. Now you gotta go back to sleep. It's after 3 o'clock.
Annie, read me your note.
My note? Again?
Please.
Sure, Molly.
Here it comes again. Oh!
Please take good care of our little darling. Her name is Anna. She was born
on October 28th. We'll be back to get her soon. We have left half the silver locket around her neck and kept the other half so that when we come back for her, you will know that she's our baby.
All right. Do you want to sleep with your teeth inside your mouth or out?
Gee, I dream about having a mother and father again, but you're lucky. You really got him.
I know. Somewhere. Somewhere.
said get up.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
There. Now what do you say? What do you say?
I love you, Miss I am not an orphan. My mother and father left me a note saying they loved me and they were coming back for me.
That was 1922. This is 1933. They must have got stuck in traffic. Get up! Get up! Get up! Put them things away. It's medicine.
You must be very sick.
Boo. Boo. Now for any shenanigans, you'll scrub this floor and strip them beds for the laundryman.
But it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I know, and you'll get down on your naughty
Little knees and clean this place until it shines like the top of the Chrysler building.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Get to work. Now! Why any kid would want to be an orphan, I'll never know.
It's the hard knock life for us. It's the hard knock life for us.
Steady treated,
We get tricked.
steady possessed,
We get kicked. It's the hard knock life. Got the ropes to sleep. Oh, so it's the hard knock going home.
hot blankets,
Stand up, bull.
happy bellies,
Stand up, bull. It's the hard knock life.
don't it feel like this wind is always howling?
Once a day, don't you want to cross the town with?
It's easier than putting up a fight. No one's there when your dreams and anything creepy. No one cares if you grow or if you shrink. No one cries when your eyes are red and moody.
I'm trying you when they just like to say, oh. Empty belly life. Rotten belly life. Full of sorrow life. No tomorrow life.
Santa Claus we never see. Santa Claus, what's that? Who's he?
No one cares for you, us bitch. When you're in an orphanage, it's a hard knock life.
You'll stay up till this stuff shines like the top of the Chrysler building.
In a witch's horror chick. Jump around and take your kid. Take your baby win. I love you, Miss Hannigan.
Get to work. Strip them bags. I said get to work.
It's a hard knock.
It's medicine.
It's a hard knock life.
Merry Christmas.
It's hard knock. It's marvelous and orphanage. It's a hard knock life. It's the hard knock life.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan. Love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
You! What are you doing in there?
Laundry.
Get her out of there. Get her out. You. Your days are numbered. All right, breakfast.
Hot
No, you don't get hot mush this morning.
You get cold mush.
Laundry man.
Move it.
Morning, kids. Clean sheets once a month, whether you need them or not.
Morning bundles.
Running a little late. I'll see you in January.
Come here, you big handsome brute. Don't you want to know what I'm getting you for Christmas?
What?
Egg foo young in Chinatown for 2 on me.
Egg foo young for Christmas?
All you can eat. So, what are you getting me?
What did I get you last year?
Nothing.
Good, you're getting it again.
Get out of here, that damn laundry.
Okay. So long, Aggie. And Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, kids.
Merry Christmas, bundles!
Art thou have-
You call this clean, Annie? This place looks like a pigsty. Annie? Annie, where's Annie?
Annie ain't here!
What do you mean?